Dices lamento. I've been standing at the edge again, same place I almost ended it. Same thoughts telling me this is where you finally quit. Every breath feels heavier, every step gets harder now. Like the weight I tried to ignore is right here pulling me down. I've been here more than once, felt this pressure in my lungs. Felt like everything I built was about to come undone. But I know this feeling, yeah, I felt it before. I don't stop here. Now when it's finally real, now I don't foresee fear. Yeah, they say I try to live. I don't stop here. This is where I make it clear. Every doubt that brought me fear won't decide what happens here. I could walk away right now, drop it all and shut it down. No one forcing me to stay, no one watching anyway. But I know what that would mean, going back to who I've been, back to waiting, back to stuck, back to feeling out of luck. And I'm done with that version, done with that conversion, where I trade my future self for a moment of desertion. So I stand in the pressure, even if it gets worse. I don't stop here, even when it's hard to breathe, even when I don't believe. I still push, I still proceed. I don't stop here, every step I take is clear. This is pain I turn to gear, this is growth I make appear. You don't become strong when it's easy. You become strong right here, when everything in you is telling you to quit, and you don't. I don't stop here. I don't stop here. No more running from the fear. Every scar that brought me here built the man I see so clear. I don't stop here. I take control, I shift the gear. Every step I face this year proves I'm still evolving here. This wasn't the end, this was the test. think I'd hit the end, like there was nothing left to mend. But the ground didn't swallow me whole, it just taught me what I didn't know. I laid there staring at the sky, asking myself the reason why everything I tried to hold so tight turned to dust right in my sight. And I thought that was the end of me, the final page of my story. But silence started speaking low, saying you still have somewhere to go. And I felt something return in the ashes I had burned. After the fall, I learned to stand with empty hands and open plans. Every wound became a land that I now understand. After the fall, I learned to stand, no more waiting for command. I rebuilt what life had banned with my own imperfect hand. I stopped chasing who I was, stopped blaming every loss, 'cause nothing stays the same inside. When you survive or try to end your life, now I move a little slower, but I see the world much clearer. Every scar is just a guide from the version left behind. And I don't fear the falling again, 'cause I know what lives within. Even broken things can rise if they refuse their own demise. And I don't run from the ground, I learn to use it now. After the fall, I learned to stand through every crack across the land. Even when I lost my plan, I still became who I am. After the fall, I learned to stand, not by luck but by demand. Every fall I couldn't withstand built the strength I now command. You don't discover strength before the fall, you discover it because of it. Had lost now returns in my own hand. After the fall, I learned to stand, now I walk where I once fell. Every end I couldn't bend became the start I now defend. I didn't avoid the fall, I didn't avoid the fall. I became something after it. You tell me that this is where most people play. beating on my chest, like it's putting me to test. Every doubt inside my head, trying to convince me, saying I've done enough, saying I should give it up, saying I don't have the strength to keep going through the mud. I've heard it out before, every excuse, every door that I almost walked through, and I couldn't take no more. But something in me doesn't fall, even when it's losing control.
Same thoughts again, same loop I've always been. Wake up, move, repeat the line. Tell myself this time I'll try, but I've said that all before. Standing at the same closed door, every promise fades away when I choose the safer way. I got used to staying stuck, calling comfort just bad luck, acting like it's not my choice, drowning out that inner voice. But it never really left, it just waited under underneath. I'm breaking the pattern now. No more later, no more doubt. Everything I didn't face, I confront it here and now. I'm breaking the pattern deep. No more running, no more sleep. Every version I outgrew leads me closer to the truth. I remember every time I ignored the warning signs, every chance I let it slide, every truth I chose to hide. It was easier to stay than to change and feel the way, but the cost was way too high. Living half of what I'm like, there's no one else I can blame. I created this same frame, but if I built it in my head, I can break it just the same. So I stopped right where I stood and decided that I would break the pattern right here. Face the doubt, face the fear. Everything I used to run is exactly what I become. Break the pattern inside, no more places left to hide. Every step I choose to take is a change I finally make. It's not loud, it's not fast, it's a choice that actually lasts. When it's hard, when it's real, when I don't know what I feel, that's the moment I define. If I stay or cross the line. Now I move a different way. I don't wait, I don't delay. Every thought that pulls me back doesn't keep me off my track. I don't need to feel complete, I just don't accept defeat. Every time I choose to act, I don't fall into the past. I broke the pattern in my mind, left the old me far behind. Every step I didn't fake, built the change I couldn't wait. I broke the pattern, now I see who I'm meant to be in me. Everything I had to face put me in a stronger place. It wasn't the world that changed, it was the pattern I refused to repeat. De fou eu piece fade just because I try to hold it all together, but nothing stays the same forever. Every corner feels the past, like it never really passed. Just waiting in the quiet space to pull me back into that place. I learned to breathe through shattered glass, let the pain just move and pass. But it never really leaves my side, it just learns how to hide. Still I stand in what remains of everything that changed. Still move forward, even when the path feels shorter. slow.
Broken light, I still move forward. Every setback becomes forward. Every shadow I ignore now becomes what I transform. Broken light, I still move forward. No more waiting for a portal. I create my own reward from the pain I once absorbed.
You don't need to be whole to keep moving. You just need to refuse to stay still.
Broken light, I still move forward. Every piece I ever lost or now returns as something more than the life I had before. Broken light, I still move forward. I don't break, I evolve harder.
Every end I ever saw was the start I needed more. Not fixed, just moving. Just moving. Just moving. There's a voice inside my head saying I should stop instead, saying I've gone far enough, saying I'm not built for tough. It repeats the same old lines, every failure, every time, pulling me back to the place where I never changed my state. And for a while I believed it. But there's another voice beneath, quieter but harder to defeat. It doesn't shout, it doesn't force, it just waits for me to choose its course. It says stay when it gets hard, stand your ground, don't fall apart. Every step you take unsure still becomes something secure. Now I hear them both, but I don't follow both. I choose the voice that makes me rise, not the one that feeds me lies. Every doubt can speak its part, but it won't control my heart. I choose the voice that drives me through, even when I have no proof. Every step I take this way builds the man I am today. I don't silence what I feel, I just decide what becomes real. Every thought can pass my mind, but not all deserve my time. I've been stuck before, I know, letting wrong voices control. But now I see it clear as day, I decide what voice will stay. It's not about no fear at all, it's about which one I call when I'm tired, when I'm low, which direction I will go. Now I move without without a doubt. Not because it's not around, but because I learned to lead with the voice that I believe. Every moment that I choose becomes something I can use. Every time I take control, I get closer to my goal. I chose the voice that makes me rise, left behind the old disguise. Every step I didn't fake was a choice I had to make. I chose the voice that leads me through. Now I know exactly who I've been building all this time. Was decided in my mind. Two voices, one choice. I kept it buried deep inside, all the things I couldn't hide. Every thought I tried to mute still found ways to break me through. I looked fine from where they stood, like everything was understood. But inside it felt misplaced, like I lost my sense of place. I was drifting without sound, moving but not really found. Every step I tried to take felt like something I would break. And I stayed there longer than I should, pretending everything was good. But beneath the surface I was falling apart, fighting battles I couldn't restart. Every silence carried more than anything I showed before. Beneath the surface I was losing control, trying to carry the weight alone. But every time I almost gave, something in me chose to stay. There were nights I faced myself with no one else, just how I felt. Every truth I tried to dodge, standing there without a pause. I saw clearly what I'd been hiding from deep within. Not the world, just me alone, trying not to feel unknown. I was close to letting go, closer than I let it show. But I couldn't cross that line. Something kept me holding tight, and I realized in that space I was the one I had to face. Beneath the surface I was breaking inside. Every doubt I couldn't deny, every fear I tried to hide started showing me the light. Beneath the surface I was forced to see everything I had to be. Not the version I escaped, but the one I had to shape. It didn't fix in just one day, didn't fade or go away. I just learned to stay with it, not to run, not to quit. Every moment that I stayed took a little weight away. Not because it disappeared, but because I faced the fear. Now I move a different way, I don't run, I don't delay. Every thought that tries to pull doesn't hit me like it could. I don't need to feel complete, I just don't accept defeat. Every step I take unsure still becomes a step that's pure. Beneath the surface I was torn apart, now I carry a different heart. Every scar I went through 'cause I didn't leave myself behind. I reached a point I knew too well, standing where I almost fell. Same old thoughts inside my head, telling me to stop instead. Every step felt like a weight, every move came way too late. I could feel it in my chest, that I wasn't at my best. Right there, it split into two paths, two things to choose.
I could walk away right now, drop it all, just disallow every dream I used to chase, leave it in a safer place. Say I tried to let it go, no one really has to know. Hide behind a different plan, stay the same, just understand.
Or I stand and face the weight, even if I hesitate, even if I feel unsure, even if it's not secure. Take the risk, take the fall, give everything, give it all, even when it feels too much. Trust in something I can't touch. No one there to guide my hand, just me and what I choose to stand.
So I chose the harder road, chose the path that made me grow, chose the weight I used to fear, chose to stay right here. I didn't wait, I didn't run, I became what I had begun. Every step I didn't fake
Came from the choice I made. It wasn't easy, not at all. There were days I felt too small, there were nights I almost broke, choking on the weight I spoke. But I stayed through every doubt, felt it in and let it out. Didn't hide, didn't pretend, didn't let it define the end. Every time I didn't quit, I built more inside of it.
I chose the harder road, chose the path that made me grow, chose the weight I used to fear, chose to stay right here. I didn't wait, I didn't run, I became what I had begun. Every step I didn't fake
Came from the choice I made. It's not about never falling, it's about always calling that version of you ahead, even when your past says dead. It's not about feeling strong, it's about moving along when everything says stop now, and you still don't back down.
I chose the harder road, now I carry what I own. Every scar, every fight built the strength inside. I don't look for something else, I don't wait for help. Everything I become
Came from the choice I made.
It wasn't luck, it was a decision.
I remember nights I couldn't sleep, thoughts going deeper than I could reach. Every plan I tried to make felt like something I just break. I was moving but no direction, caught between doubt and reflection. Every step I hesitated turned into something complicated. I kept waiting for a sign, something clear, something defined, but all I got was silence back, while I stay stuck on the same track. And I ask myself too many times, am I built for something more? Just meant to stay right here, like I've always been before. But the weight that tried to break me is the weight that built me up. Every time I thought I couldn't was the moment I got tough. Every scar I tried to hide turned into my inner drive. Now I see it clear in me. This is who I'm meant to be. I've been close to letting go, closer than I let it show. There were days I almost quit, almost said I'm done with it, but something deep refused to fade. Even when I felt afraid, even when I lost control, something held on to my soul. I didn't understand it then, why I stayed through all of it, why I didn't walk away when I knew how hard it get. Now I see it differently. Pain was shaping everything. The weight that tried to break me is the weight that built me up. Every doubt that stood against me only made me rise enough. Every fall I had to face put me in a stronger place. Now I carry it with pride, not as pain, but what I survived. It wasn't fast, it wasn't clean. There were parts I've never seen in myself until I broke, till I faced what I'd avoid. Every fear I used to run turned into what I become. Every moment I stayed down was the moment I turned around. Now I move without that pause, I don't question every cause. If it matters, I go through, that's the difference in my view. I don't need it to be clear, I just act despite the fear. Every step I take unsure still becomes something secure. The weight that tried to break me is the weight that built me up. Every time I felt I couldn't was the moment I got tough. Every scar is now a sign that I didn't leave the climb. Everything I had to be led me to this version of me. It never crushed me, it created me. I felt lost in my own skin, like I didn't fit within. Every thought would pull me down, like I couldn't turn around. Tried to act like I was fine, but I knew it wasn't mine. That version I was holding on felt fake for way too long. Every step felt out of place, like I was stuck in the same frame, moving but not going far, hiding who I really are. Then I stopped and faced it clear. Everything I tried to fear was the thing I had to go. If I really wanted growth, no more running from the way, no more waiting for a day. I just moved when it felt wrong, that's what made me last this long. Every doubt I let it speak, but it didn't make me weak. It just showed me where to go, where I needed to, I grow. Now I move in a different state, I don't hesitate. I create every pressure that I feel, turn into something real. I don't break, I redefine every limit in my mind. I don't wait, I take control. That's the way I reach my goal. No more questions, no more pause. I don't need a perfect cause. If it's mine, I take the lead. That's the only thing I need. Same person, different state. Feeling stuck in place, same routine, same old days. Trying hard but getting nowhere, lost inside my own mistakes. Every doubt would speak so loud, telling me to just back down, saying I was not enough to become what I thought of. But I stayed when it got hard, even when it left a scar. Something deep inside my mind wouldn't let me fall apart. I'm built different, I don't break. Every loss is what I take, turn it into something real, turn the pressure into steel. I'm built different, I don't fall, even when the nights get cold. Every step I had to fight made me stronger through the night. I was close to giving in, close to saying this won't win, but I saw it way too clear, quitting wasn't getting me there. So I changed the way I move, started proving what I do. No more waiting, no delay. I decided I won't stay. No more fear of what could fail, no more stories I would tell. I just focused on the path and I built it step by step. I'm built different, I don't break. Every loss is what I take, turn it into something real, turn the pressure into steel. I'm built different, I don't fold, even when the nights get cold. Every step I had to fight made me stronger through the night. It wasn't luck, it wasn't fate, it was every time I stayed. When it hurt, when it burned, that's the moment that I earned. I'm built different, I don't break. Every loss is what I take, turn it into something real, turn the pressure into steel. I'm built different, I don't fall, I don't stop, I take control. Everything I had to face put me in a stronger place. I didn't get lucky, closer than before, to walking out, to closing the door. Everything felt heavy, slow, like I had nothing left to show. Same doubts running through my head, same words I already said. Maybe this just isn't me, maybe I should let it be. I stood there for a minute, thinking I was finished, but not this time. I don't fall back in line, I don't quit mid-fight, I don't lose my mind. Not this time. I don't run, I don't hide. Even if it's not right, I stay in the climb. I've been here too many times, same edge, same warning signs. Every time I turned away, I felt worse the next day. So I stopped right where I stood and asked myself if I could take the hit, feel the weight, and still choose to stay. No big speech, no loud sound, just a shift that turned around. Not this time. I don't fall back in line, I don't quit mid-fight, I don't lose my mind. Not this time. I don't run, I don't hide. Even if it's not right, I stay in the climb. I don't need to feel strong, I just need to move on. Through the doubt, through the pain, through the voice in my brain saying stop, saying leave, but I don't believe it. Not this time. I decide my own line, I don't break, I don't bend till I reach the end. Not this time. I turn pressure to drive. Every step that I take means I'm still alive. I almost quit, but not this time. I remember feeling stuck in place, same routine, same old days, trying hard but getting nowhere, lost inside my own mistakes. Every doubt speaks so loud, telling me to just back down, saying I was not enough to become what I thought of. But I stayed when it got hard, even when it left a scar. Something deep inside my mind wouldn't let me fall apart. I'm built different, I don't break. Every loss is what I take, turn it into something real, turn the pressure into steel. I'm built different, I don't fold, even when the nights get cold. Every step I had to fight made me stronger through the night. I was close to giving in, close to saying this won't win, but I saw it way too clear, quitting wasn't getting me there. So I changed the way I moved, started proving what I do. No more waiting, no delay. I decided I won't stay. No more fear of what could fail. No more stories I would tell. I just focused on the path, and I built it step by step. I'm built different, I don't break. Every loss is what I take. Turn it into something real. Turn the pressure into steel. I'm built different, I don't fold. Even when the nights get cold. Every step I had to fight made me stronger through the night. It wasn't luck, it wasn't fate. It was every time I stayed. When it hurt, when it burned, that's the moment that I earned. I'm built different, I don't break. Every loss is what I take. Turn it into something real. Turn the pressure into steel. I'm built different, I don't fall. I don't stop, I take control. Everything I had to face put me in a stronger place. I didn't get lucky, I got stronger. Woke up feeling the same again. Same thoughts running in my head. Told myself just get through it, like I always did instead. No energy, no direction, just routine without intention. Moving slow, no real aim. Different day, but same frame. Something started feeling off, like I couldn't brush it off. That quiet voice inside my mind started getting harder to ignore. You can't stay like this forever. I heard it, but I didn't move yet. Pressure building in my chest, couldn't silence it like the rest. Every excuse I used before didn't work on me no more. I saw clearly where I stood, and I knew it wasn't good. Not because I failed to try, but because I let time pass by. That was it. No speech, no dramatic scene, just one thought: I'm done staying the same. First step felt out of place. Second step I felt the weight. Third step I almost stopped, but I didn't. Still unsure, still unstable, but at least I wasn't unable. Every move I chose to take felt like something I could shake. Nothing changed on the outside. Same world, same daily life, but inside a shift began. I was becoming a different man. Now I don't wait to feel ready. I don't need things to be steady. I just move when it's unclear. That's what brought me here. Every doubt still shows its face, but it no longer sets my pace. I decide what I become, not the fear I used to run from. There wasn't one big moment, just a series of choices I finally followed through. I didn't change in one day. I changed when I stopped delaying it. There was a day nothing felt right. Same routine, same empty night. I was moving but not alive, just existing, getting by. Every thought felt out of place, like I was stuck in the same old frame, trying hard but going nowhere, breathing heavy, standing there. I didn't say it, but I knew something had to break or move. I kept fighting what I felt, tried to fix it by myself, tried to think my way out of it, but I just stayed inside of it. Every doubt got louder still, every maybe killed my will. Every second that I stayed turned into a deeper weight. I was close to giving in, close to saying this is it, but right there inside the fall, something didn't quit at all. It wasn't loud, it wasn't clear, but it cut through all the fear, like a thought I couldn't shake, like a truth I couldn't fake. Nothing changes if I wait. That was it. No perfect sign, no perfect day, no sudden light to show the way. Just one choice I had to make, to move, even if I break. So I stepped when I felt unsure, took a path that wasn't pure. No control, no guarantees, just a mind that wouldn't freeze. Every move felt way too real, every doubt I had to feel, but I didn't run this time. I stayed present in the climb. Days went by, I started seeing something shift inside my being. Not outside, it stayed the same, but inside I changed the frame. I stopped waiting to feel strong, started moving through the wrong. Every fall I used to fear now just proved I still was here. Now I stand where I was broke, same pressure, different focus, same world but different side. I don't run, I face the fight, I don't ask if I'm enough. I became it through the rough, every version left behind built the strength I have inside. That day didn't fix my life, it changed my direction. I remember how it felt back then, like I was trying but it wouldn't bend. Every plan I tried to make felt like something I couldn't take. I was stuck inside my head, every thought I overfed turned into a heavier weight that I carried every day. I kept saying just hold on while everything felt wrong, like I was moving but not going far. No matter where I was, and I questioned all of it, every move, every bit. Was I built for something more, or just stuck inside this war? You don't see what it took to stand when I barely could hold my ground. Every scar, every fall I had was the reason I don't back down. You don't know what it cost me here, every doubt I had to face, but I turned every bit of fear into something I embrace. I've been close to letting go, closer than I'll let it show. There were nights nights I almost quit, almost done, I'll admit. But something didn't let me break, even when I couldn't take another step, another try. Something said don't say goodbye. So I stayed when it was hard, stayed when it left a scar, stayed when it made no sense, stayed through the consequence. And I started seeing clear every time I faced a fear. I was building something real, even if I couldn't feel. You don't see what it took to stand when I barely could hold my ground. Every scar, every fall I had was the reason I don't back down. You don't know what it cost me here, every doubt I had to face. But I turned every bit of fear into something I embrace. It wasn't luck, it wasn't fate, it was every time I chose not to break. It was every moment I stayed in the fight, when everything in me wanted to hide. Now I move with a different mind. Every loss I redefined, every wall I had to climb made me stronger over time. I don't wait for things to change, I step in and rearrange. Everything I couldn't be turned into what's inside of me. You don't see what it took to stand when I barely could hold my ground. Every scar, every fall I had was the reason I don't back down. You don't know what it cost me here, every doubt I had to face. But I turned every bit of fear into something I embrace. It didn't break me, it built me. I feel it building in my chest, not fear, something else. Like everything I held inside is ready to test itself. No more hiding from the weight, no more trying to escape. If it's there, I face it now, I don't hesitate. This is where most people break, where they run, where they shake, where the pressure gets too real and they forget what they can take. But I stay. Ooh, even when it's hard to breathe, even when I don't believe, I remind myself right here I survived everything. So what is this? Another wall? Then I go through it. I step into the fight, no fear. Every doubt disappears, every star brought me here. I don't run, I don't steer. Was the moment I was forced. Now it's clear in my mind, I don't wait for the right time, I don't ask if I can, I just execute the plan. Every challenge I meet turns into something I beat. I don't fall, I adapt, and I turn every setback. It was never me versus the world, it was me versus me. And I don't lose that fight. Tick. I stayed too long where nothing grew. Tick. I told myself I'd start soon. Tick. I watched the same days repeat, and time didn't stop for me. It moved while I hesitated, it passed. While I debated, I thought I had more of it. More chances, more moments, more perfect conditions. I was wrong. Now I feel it differently. Every second has a weight. Every delay has a cost, and I've paid enough already. So I stopped waiting. Not tomorrow, not later. Now I don't need everything figured out. I just need to stop standing still, because time doesn't slow down when I feel unsure. It keeps going, so I go with it. Step by step, move by move, even if it's messy, even if it's not smooth. At least I'm not stuck anymore. Now I'm building through it. Tick. Now I'm becoming in it. Time kept moving. Now so do I.